And we are live. So it is Sunday night. So guess what that means? It's time for Learning with Lynn. So I'm Lynn Huber.
And I'm Richard.
And this is Richard. I want to welcome you guys all out tonight. If you're here, say hi. If you're watching the replay, be sure to type replay so we know you were here. So today we are going to talk about the magical, what was the exact name of it? I'm sorry. Magical goal setting that could double and triple your results. So today we're gonna talk about magic. So, hi Denise, good to see you. So let me move this around. Let me move some things around. There you go. So now you can see my screen. Hi Amy, good to see you. So we're talking about magical goal setting. So what does that mean exactly? Does it mean I'm going to drop a bag of money on your porch every week? No, I'm afraid not. Sorry. We're not that magical. But I love, then I put the unicorn on there because I love unicorns. I mean, so I say and I have this on my Facebook page so that I won't ever forget, but be a unicorn, right? Embrace your uniqueness and stay true to you and believe in miracles. Sparkle from within and enjoy the journey. So that's what we are going to talk about today is magical goal setting. And we're going to get into a lot of details. I'm going to go pretty deep, you guys. One thing about me that you've probably, if you've been following me, hi Anitra, hi Julie, good to see you guys. If you've been following me for any length of time, if you've been on my Facebook Lives, I'm a little different than some Avon coaches where they're all like, you just need to work harder. You just need to want it more. You just need to try harder. You know, I don't do that. I give you specifics. That's why we go into our daily 8. We're going to go into that in more detail. And that's what I'm going to do for you tonight. So what I want you to know is that this is live. This is being recorded. And so if I get into something that you don't understand, don't panic. Because you can watch the replay as many times as you need. I'm also going to be breaking down some goals and some details. And really, I'm going to do different scenarios, and only one of them is really going to apply to you. So don't panic if you don't understand everything. Just pick the one that applies to you, and you can watch the replay as many times as you want. So first off, this is my blog, onlinebeautybiz.com. This is where I do all of my training for new representatives on my team. And it's also available. Hi, Sandy. Good to see you. Glad you were here.
Hey, Sandy.
Sandy just signed up like in the middle of the night last night. So welcome. So like I said, we're going to go deep today. This is Online Beauty Biz. If you're on my team, I always send you here for training. But if you're not on my team, this site is available for you as well. If you're just getting started, you'll want to go up here to the Getting Started. And literally, I break down in here how you sell Avon, how you get paid, how all kinds of things. Hi, Karen. Hi, Tracy. Good to see you guys. So today, and this is my blog. So just real quickly, on my blog, you'll see the posts here. On the right-hand side, you'll see the sign up to receive our newsletter. If you're on my team, you're already on it. And if you're receiving emails from me, you're already on it. But if you're not, you can sign up here, and you'll get some recruiting flyers that I have in here. But then you'll start receiving emails from me every time I make a new post or every time I do a new training. Underneath that is search. If you're searching for something like you want to learn how to handwrite an order or how to do something on Facebook or whatever, you can search in here. Or there's categories. You literally can just find like face-to-face sales, Facebook parties, getting started, leadership, all kinds of things. Everything that's tagged with those categories will show up in there. If you're on your computer, it's side by side like this. If you're on your phone, this whole side panel on the right-hand side moves to the bottom. So if you're on your phone, you'll see about 6 posts right here in a row, and then underneath it will be the search and the sign up for the newsletter and all of that. Hey, Rick, good to see you.
And Tina.
Sure, Tina's with you as well. Good to see you guys. Thanks for being here. So today we're going to talk about this one right here, goal setting plan to dramatically increase your Avon sales this year. And I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to go deep in this. I'm going to get pretty detailed. And so don't panic. You can watch this as many times as you need to. And you know, I mean, if you don't understand something, obviously you can ask, but really don't let your eyes glaze over and go, oh, this is too much, because you can always go back and watch this as many times as you need to. And so I want to go into some more details about goal setting. We're going to talk about all different kinds of things. But first off, you know, I mean, obviously, we're We're in a new year. And so I started this with, let's make a commitment that nothing's going to hold us back this year. Not COVID, not our mindset, not anything. So we're going to talk about a goal setting plan that's going to dramatically increase your sales. And yeah, there's no doubt. Last year was hard, right? It was hard for a lot of us, for most of us. And this year, so far, hasn't been much easier. I mean, people are unemployed. Kids are out of school or in school or out of school. I mean, nobody knows anymore if they're in today or out. But I mean, it's a lot of pressure, a lot of it on all of us. I have reps that have totally thrived through this, through the pandemic in their Avon business. And I have other reps that have said, oh, nobody has any money. And they've made really no effort because they just made assumptions that nobody wants Avon. But I'm here to tell you, my Avon sales, they took a hit in the beginning, but they came back up and they're doing really well now. And yours can too. And so we're going to make 2021 your year. We're going to make it so successful that this is just going to be the year you come back and the year you make it happen. So before we go into that, though, we're going to go into our basic building system. So building your Avon business is actually really simple. I mean, there's just 4 steps, right? Number 1, prospect for new customers and recruits. Number 2, get a brochure, whether it's paper or digital, doesn't matter, to every customer, every campaign. Number 3, follow up with every customer you gave a brochure to, every campaign, and then take the order, submit it to Avon, deliver, all that, and then just rinse and repeat and start it all over again. So if you're brand new, in our Getting Started training, we ask you to make a list of everyone you know. Usually we try to get you to do at least 200 people of everyone you know, and that's where you're going to start. But that list needs to be a living, breathing document. You need to always be adding people to it, and you're going to be crossing people off. And so, so you're going to need to be prospecting. You're going to need to meet more people if you want to grow. I mean, you don't have to, but if you want to grow, you constantly need to be prospecting for new customers. People die, people fall off, people quit buying Avon. Things happen, and you got to be constantly bringing in the new, right? And then you need to get a brochure, whether it's paper or digital, doesn't matter, but every customer, every campaign. Regardless, every customer, every campaign. If you don't give them a brochure, your store's closed. You might as well just have a store, like a brick and mortar store, and have the door locked with a sign that says we're closed, because that's what you're doing, right? And then you need to follow up with every customer you gave a brochure to, every campaign, before you place your order. And I know that some people say, well, I don't want to bother them, or I don't want to be a pest. Trust me, your customers like it when you follow up, as long as you're not being a pest, right? It's just a quick reminder. Hey, just want to let you know my order goes in on Wednesday. If there's anything you want, let me know by Tuesday. If not, no problem. Have a great week. That's it, right? And we teach you how to systemize all of this. But anyway, and then take the order and, on and on, right? So we have our Daily 8 system, which is a proven formula. And we have this sheet that you can print off. And there you go. This is the Daily 8. It's actually like 9 pages. Stop. It's actually like 9 pages, but you really only need the second one to print off. You can read the whole thing, but you can print off a bunch of copies of this page too. And it's really simple. You just take, the bottom line is, our Daily 8 is, you can work in a business, you can work in a job 8 hours a day, 40 days a week, and you can make income, right? Well, what we're teaching you is to switch it to points and get 8 points a day, 40 points a week. So, work 5 days a week, get 8 points a day. And trust me, it's not going to take you 8 hours to get 8 points to do that. But if you do it, and if you're consistent, you will grow your business. The more you do it, the more you will grow. It's all about how much effort you put in. But so just put the week of, like today's date or tomorrow's date, whatever, and then what days are you going to work? I suggest you work 5 days a week. Not everybody's schedule allows for that. When Richard and I first did it, it was like we spent an hour maybe in the evening, and we worked our business on Sunday afternoons, because that's the only time we had. We literally we did not have it, other than I didn't get home from work until really late. But so figure out what you're going to work, put the dates on there, and then you're going to add up your points. So we give you prospecting. That's like one of the most important things you can do for your business, is prospecting. And so give out brochures, paper, digital, doesn't matter, collect contact information. So we'll give you a point for every name. So that means you hand out a brochure and you say, hey, can I get your name and number? I'll give you a quick text before my order goes in. Or maybe you're standing in the grocery store and you're just chatting with somebody, and the girl who works there or whatever, and you're chatting and you say, hey, Avon has this brand new digital brochure. You can literally scroll through it on your phone, just like you would a regular brochure. Would you be interested in seeing it? How about I text it to you? Then you get their contact information, put them in your cell phone and text it to them. How easy is that? Now you have their contact information and you've gotten them a brochure. So now you can get them one every campaign, right? So that's how simple that is, but you can get 1 point for every name that you collect that day. Prospecting for team members too. You also want to talk about the opportunity. And then following up. So this follow-up is like 2 to 3 days after you meet them. You send them a quick text. Hey, I met you at Walmart on Monday. Just checking back to see if there's anything I can help you with. Now that's just the one follow-up. After that, they're on your regular follow-ups that go with your whole campaign, right? Your campaign follow-ups. So now you're going to make sure you get a brochure to every customer. I just give you 1 point for that because if you're using our system, we mail them with Campaign Mailer. It literally takes you 1 minute to set it up to go out, right? So I give you 1 point for that. If you're hand delivering brochures all across the city, give yourself more points, depending on how much time you're spending. Same thing with the follow-ups and texts and calls to your customer. I give you 1 point because using Project Broadcast, it takes you 1 minute to set it up. If you're literally calling or texting 100 people, give yourself more points. This is your business. I'm not grading you. This is just trying to help you to be consistent. So, and we go through this every week, right? But sort and deliver your orders, a point for that. Passive prospecting, putting out brochures door to door, doing an event or a show, we give you a point for every new recruit and then a point for training that recruit. And so you just total up these points, right? So that's the basics of our Daily 8 system. So you can download the plan right here. Or print it right here. And then we give you the option to track your numbers. So we support you whether you're on our team or not. We're here to help you grow your business. That's why we're here. So if you fill this out, this is, and you can just go to this by going to yourdaily8.com, or you can click on it right here. Click here to log your weekly numbers. This is just a form that you fill out, right? Your name and your email address and what campaign we're on and how many points did you earn and what were your wins this week and what did you not do so well. That's it. That's all we ask for. And, it's not me judging you, but it is me recognizing you. If you put something in here that's like really cool, I'm going to recognize you in our Facebook group. I might send you a card. I'm here to support you. If you did something not so well, I'm not here to judge you. The cool thing about this is just the fact that you stopped for a minute long enough to fill this out and figure out what did I not do so well and what could I do better next time. You've already solved it for yourself. You don't even need me to tell you anything, but you've solved it for yourself and now you're going to do better next time. Because when you know better, you do better, right? Heard that before. One of my favorite motivational people, Maya Angelou. And then be sure to join our Online Beauty Biz Facebook group. I think most of you are in there. So that's our group, right? And you need to be a member of this so that we can recognize you and support you. And so let me hit a couple of things. Karen says, yes. Anitra says, gosh, I may have to watch it 1,000,000 times. I'm helping my girls with cookie orders tonight. Yeah, you're probably going to want to watch this when you can focus because I am going to get into more details. But so anyway, let's get back to this goal setting. So like I said, it's magical goal setting because we're going to help you to achieve more than you ever thought possible. That's what this goal setting is all about. And so I've given you a goal planning tracker and you can click here to download it. I have it already downloaded on my computer. Let me shut the Daily 8 off. And here is the goal. This is it, the goal planning tracker to dramatically increase your sales this year. And we're going to go through it, but I'm going to quickly go through it here. So you want to set yearly goals at the beginning of the year. You want to set your goals about, where you want to end up at the end of the year. I sometimes recommend breaking it down into 6 months or set a yearly goal and then revisit it at 6 months. In fact, I would revisit it quarterly because you need to check to make sure that you're on track, right? You always need to know that you're on track. And so, so take time. And if you haven't done this already, I know we're already almost into February, but if you haven't done it already, take some time and ask yourself, what do I want to accomplish this year? How many people do I want to impact and inspire this year? What are my income goals, right? If you have a team, you can schedule a Zoom call with your leaders and ask the same questions of your team. You can do this as a team together if you want to. And so start your goal with 3 income goals. So this is the start. This is what's going to allow you to make huge accomplishments in your business is 3 income goals. So your first annual income goal should be the number that allows you to feel like you made a big accomplishment in your business. This is what most people would call a SMART goal. Do you want to tell them real quick what a SMART goal is?
Well, I can.
Well, you know what a SMART goal is.
A SMART goal is basically, SMART is an acronym, and it stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and then time-based. And you basically want to break it down like that. You want to be specific with it. Is it a dollar amount I want to hit? Is it a team goal I want to hit? Measurable, you need to be able to track it, measure it. Achievable, is it going to be achievable? I mean, we want sometimes we want to make goals that are just way outside our reach. We're not talking about that now. We're talking about something that's going to be achievable, something that's fairly realistic. And then, of course, the next one's realistic, and they kind of go together. And then the last one is time-based. Do you want to do this in a month, 2 months, a year, 6 months, whatever? Put a time on it. Put a time limit on it so you can hit your goal.
Yeah. So that would be your first goal, and I would suggest that be a SMART goal. So maybe you want to increase your sales by 20%, right? Or maybe you want to achieve the next level of Avon sales, whatever. That might be your next goal, right? But then your second goal that I want you to set is a wow goal. This is like way more than you think you can do. Like, wow, if I achieved that would be amazing, right? That would be your second income goal. And then your third one is your holy bleep goal.
Whoa.
Like, you can't even imagine. Like, that is like so far out, but that's going to make you really stretch to get there. So I want you to create those 3 goals. And so now that you know where you're aiming at, then we can set some plans to get there, right? So that third goal just blows your mind. And truth is, you probably believe it's impossible, but that's okay, because it's a goal that's going to make you stretch, right? And the reason, I'll go into some more detail, but the reason why I'm asking you to do 3 goals is because the SMART goal is a great idea. It will help you grow your business. So I want to increase my sales by 20%, or I want this or that. The problem in my mind, and this is just my opinion, is that if I set a goal that says I will increase by 20%, I might make it. I might achieve it. And I'm going to feel really good because I achieved it. But at the end of the year, I will have accomplished 20% increase. If instead I set a goal for a 50% increase, I might not make it, but I probably will blow past the 20%.
Mm-hmm.
So the 20%, the SMART goal would be your first goal, because that's really your goal, but then I'm going to have you stretch, right? So if you set maybe a 50% increase and maybe a 75% increase or 100% increase as your third goal, that third goal might be totally like you can't even figure out in your mind how you're going to achieve it. The thing is your mind, when you put something in it and you set a goal, your brain will get to work and try to figure out how to get there. And so if you don't make it, so you set a goal for a 50% increase, you don't make it. So what? If you did a 30% increase, you should be really happy, right? So, Anitra says, for now, I'll participate anyway because I'm used to switching. And Sandy says, smart, awesome. Yeah, we're going to blow that away, though. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, now that you know, first, you need to know what that goal is. How much is it that you want your income target to be in 2021? So get busy, grab a notepad or journal, and write down your 3 income goals. Now, when you first get started, I mean, if you don't have this goal, then there's no point in going any farther. I mean, obviously, listen to my training. But I mean, if you don't know what you're aiming for, you're never going to get there. So that would be the first thing, is you have to know where you're going. Right? So now we know what these income targets are. We can make a plan on how to achieve them. And Avon kind of helps us because they give us these achievement levels, right? So when you first get started, if you're brand new with Avon, you're going to earn 25% on beauty and jewelry and 20% on fashion and home. Once you sell $5,000, then you promote to Premier, and your earnings go up to 30% on beauty and jewelry and 20% on fashion and home. And we have this Pathway to Premier program, which if you click on this, it's a link that will take you to the program, give you more details, where you literally can earn $3,000 plus in your first 8 campaigns. So if you're just getting started, look at this pathway to Premier, because this is for sure something you want to be focused on, even if it's just a way to get to your goal, to get to 5,000, right? And if you follow that, you're going to earn over 3,000 in your first 8 campaigns. And so I have a post here that will help you track that. So here's the Pathway to Premier program. Here's another post that will help you track it to get there. So then the next level is President's Club. Once you get to $10,000 in sales, now your income goes up to 40% on beauty and jewelry and 25% on fashion and home. And as you continue to grow your sales, it goes up each time. So once you know what sales level you want to reach, the next thing you want to do is break it down so you know what you have to do. I kind of went, and I just did real quick, I did this here, how much do you want to earn? So when you figure Premier, you're earning, you have to sell $5,000 to get, at Premier, right? And you're earning 30% on fashion and 30% on beauty and jewelry and 25% on fashion and home. So I just took the $5,000 times 25%. Your earnings for the year is going to be about $1,250 at this level. Now, obviously, if you sell 6,000 or 7,000, that's going to go up. But I mean, just basic, just to give you a rough idea, right? Just a rough idea, because if we don't have any idea at all what we're aiming for, how are we going to get there, right? President's Club at $10,000, if you sold 10,000, you're now making 40% on beauty and jewelry and 25% on fashion and home. So I figure roughly 30%. If you sold $10,000 at 30%, you'd make about $3,000. Same thing with Honor Society. If you sold 20,000 times 30%, you'd make about 6,000. And Rose Circle, your earnings go up on Rose Circle to 45% on on beauty and jewelry and 25% on fashion and home. So I just threw in 35%, which is in the middle. So if you sold 35,000 at 35%, you'd make about $12,250. So if you kind of figure out what you want your earnings to be, this kind of gives you an idea what you need to aim for. But don't let this scare you, because we're gonna break it down. We're gonna show you how to do this. So take the sales level that you want to reach that year and divide it by 26. That's the number of campaigns that Avon has in a year, 26 campaigns in a year. So you take that and divide it by 26. That's going to tell you how much you need to sell a campaign. So Sandy says, always know your numbers. This is great. Thank you. Oh, Sandy, you are going to love tonight. Sandy, I've known Sandy for years, and she's a mathematical person, so she's going to love this.
Just so you know, the word for this, we use it a lot, is called reverse engineering. And that's basically is what you do is you take what you want to do and break it down into bite-sized chunks. Break it down by month, week, and year, or day, or whatever, however you want to break it down. But you reverse engineer. You see what the big goal is, and you break it down to bite-sized chunks.
Yep. And so I'm just going to cover it real fast, because we're going to go back and break it down. Okay. So this is just an overview. Okay. So take the sales level you want to reach, divided by 26. That's how much you need to sell a campaign. So for instance, if your goal is Honor Society, you need to sell $20,000 divided by 26. That's roughly $770 per campaign. Now you need to determine how many customers you need each campaign. And it seems, at least for me, my average customer order is right around $25. That's not always true. I get a lot of $100 orders. Most of my online orders are $60 because people want free shipping, so they're bumping it to $60. But I also have the little old ladies that buy $8 or $10 a campaign. And so my average is probably higher. It's probably maybe $40 a campaign. But I did 25 because even if you're brand new, 25 is a good number, and it's a small number. So if your orders are actually bigger, you actually won't even have to do as much as I'm telling you, right? So if you go with $25, then Avon provides the A-Box and special deals to help you get to a $50 order. And so if you're good at utilizing those tools, then you won't need as many customers, right? But so here's what you need to get the sales. So if you're looking to get $400 in sales in a campaign, you're looking at 16 customer orders at $25 each, or 8 customers at $50 each. That's the magical number that helps you achieve President's Club, by the way. If you're selling 400 a campaign, you're going to reach you're going to reach President's Club, which is $10,000 in a year, and guaranteed 40% on regular items. Your fixed earnings items, which is your fashion and your home, is going to go up to 20%, 25%. So if you want to reach $1,000 in sales, you just take that 1,000 divided by 25, which is 40 customers, right? Or 20 customers at $50 each. So at this level, you would have no problem reaching Honor Society, which is $20,000 in sales. 1,500 in sales is 60 orders. It's really, I'm just doing exactly the same thing all the way down, just dividing that sales by $25 to give me 60 orders, or dividing it by $50 to tell me I need 30 customers, right? And this level, you'd be at Rose Circle. And if you have $2,500 in sales, you're looking at 100 customer orders at 25 or 50 at $50, and you'll be at David H. McConnell, and so on, up and up, okay? So now, activities to grow your sales. Now that you know what you need, now you need to get into action. This is where, it takes, the magic is figuring out what you need and knowing your numbers, and then getting into action and making it happen, right? So now that you've got your income goal and you've figured out what sales level you need to be to help you achieve that, now you need to get out your calendar, sit down and plan specific time slots that you're going to be building your business. And it's your time, your calendar, your decision, right? I'm not telling you what to do, but be realistic. I mean, obviously, if you have a really large income goal, if you want to make big money, then you're going to need to spend a lot of time and effort to achieve it. If you have a smaller goal, then it will be less time. I was talking to somebody today, a rep, and a guy, and he wants to really get this going. He might even be on this call today, but we talked about, you can go and you can get a job and you can work for 8 hours and you can make let's just say you worked at McDonald's and you work for $10 an hour and you work 8 hours, you're going to make $80, right? Well, if you worked 8 hours in your Avon business, you're going to make a lot more than $80. It's all about how much effort you put into it, but you got to put the time in. So if you want to make full-time income, plan on working full-time, at least in the beginning. As your sales grow and as your repeat customers happen, then you can maybe slow down. But especially in the beginning, if you want full-time income, you need to give it full-time effort.
And that's why the daily 8 that we have comes into play here, because you want to do income-producing activities during the day when people are out and about, and then late at night, as you look at the sheet, you can do trainings and busy work, stuff like that when people are sleeping. If you're like us, 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock in the morning or something, we're doing a lot of stuff online that we can do, or training and stuff.
Yeah. Hi, Christina. Thanks for being here. So make sure you have plenty of brochures. Your Avon brochure is your store. And if you don't get your brochures in front of enough people, then your store is effectively closed. So it's up to you. You can use paper brochures or digital, or a combination of the two. I have a link here. If you click on this, it will take you to how to share your digital brochure. We actually have 2 different kinds. We have the one that's interactive, that you can customize it for your customers. And then there's the other one that you can literally scroll through page by page. So this link tells you how to find that and how to share it. And then regardless of what type of brochure you decide to use, I have these numbers. Now, these numbers are not set in stone. I tried to go back through all the years and figure out how many brochures it was taking me to get to certain levels. And keep in mind, when I'm talking about this, some of my brochures were going to repeat customers. Some of them were just being dropped on doorsteps, because we do that. We grew our business by leaving brochures on doorsteps, and there's a whole system about how to do that I'll show you where to find that at. And some of them we gave out in front of grocery stores, right? And in front of the grocery stores, I usually try to always get their contact information. But I didn't always have contact information for every brochure. So I had to go through a lot of brochures. Your numbers might be different. You might not need as many brochures. But this still gives you something to aim at, okay? So $400. If you want $400 in sales, plan on 100 brochures. That's 10 packs. That's $33, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So plan on that. If you want $1,000 in sales, plan on 250 brochures. If you want $8,500 in sales, you're going to look at over 2,000 brochures. We used to sell. We actually didn't use 2,000. I think we were 1,600. Is that how many brochures?
Yeah, 1,600.
1,600, and we were selling about 16,000 a campaign, and up to 20,000 even, right? So it's kind of up to, like I said, it's not set in stone. But I want to show you. Now, I know you might be thinking, oh my gosh, brochures, that's expensive. I hear that all the time. I hear people say that all the time. But you guys, this brochure is what, 200 pages, 200 pages. It's full color, beautiful brochure. If you buy 100 of these, like 10 packs, they're 33 cents each. You can't go to Kinko's and get a color copy for 33 cents on one page. So this is not expensive. This is an amazing deal. But let's break it down. I mean, okay, let's say that you want to go for $1,500 in sales. And so you have to buy 375 brochures. It's going to cost you about $80 to buy 375 brochures. But your $80 investment is going to get you $1,500 in sales if you work it, maybe even more, right? So, 1,125 brochures will cost you approximately $230 for $4,500 in sales. So now it doesn't sound so bad, right? Maria, hi Maria, thanks for being here. Love having your videos, very informative. Thank you. So I'm just again, these are numbers that you have to figure out for yourself, but I'm just giving you kind of an idea so you have something to aim for, right? So now you need to get into action. So the first thing to get into action would be the daily 8 system, right? Get prospect, get brochures to everybody, follow up with everybody, take the order, right? I mean, that's a given. And you should probably try to systemize that. And we teach that over and over again. And I actually think there's a link. Yeah, there's a link here. I'll go down to that in a minute. I have posts here. You might do door to door. So door to door is how Richard and I built our business. And we talk about leaving brochures on the doorsteps 6 times in a row. And that's how we built our business. If you just do it once, you probably won't get much out of those brochures. Sandy says, yes, $80 for brochures is a lot cheaper than paying rent for a storefront. No kidding, girlfriend. We actually did have an Avon store, and our overhead was $5,000 a month.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is, right? But so there's door to door, a business office route. That might be a little hard to do right now with COVID because a lot of doctors' offices and business offices aren't going to let you in. But there's a blog post here about how to do that. And here's any number of other ideas. So here's a whole bunch about how to prospect, a whole bunch of ideas about how to prospect. This whole blog is full of ideas about how to get them. Get a name and number or email for every person you talk to. If you click on that link, it takes you to, it tells you how to get some links. So here's how Avon drawing forms. This is what I use. I just print these off. They are 4 to a sheet. And when I hand out a brochure, I say, I mail my brochures. Would you like to get on my mailing list? And I hand them that slip with the brochure. And most of them are like, sure. And they'll fill it out, right? And then they tell you, do they want a physical brochure? Do they want a digital by email, digital by text? And even I would like more information about selling Avon. Tina, who I know is on this call, she has a little notebook, just a little tiny keychain notebook on her purse, and she just pulls that off and says, hey, can I get your name and number? I'll give you a quick text before my order goes in. And she has no problem getting numbers. They're like, okay, boom. And by saying it that way, by saying, I'll give you a quick text, most people are like, okay, I can handle that. I just don't want her calling me, right? And so if you say, I'll give you a quick text, they're like, okay. And a lot of it is in your attitude. If you're confident and you're asking for their name and number, they'll give it to you. If you expect them to give it to you, they'll give it to you. If you're acting all weird like you're afraid, they're going to be afraid and they're going to say no, they won't. And sometimes I have people say, is this your number on the back? And I'll say, and I don't push it. I say, yeah, that's my number. Give me a call if you want anything. And that's it. I don't push it, right? But those are ways. Prospecting with drawing slips. I have all these posts through here that I talk about. MailMunch is a way to get, it's a WordPress plugin to collect email addresses. Now you'd have to have a blog to do that and how to create a blog. And this is the nitty gritty details about how to get a blog. Blogging is a great way to grow your business, but you need to know up front that it's not money for today. If you want to make money today, blogging is long-term. It's getting you customers over, and you have to build up your search engine. Google needs to know who you are and people need to trust you and all that. Making money today is talking to people. Hate to say that, but it's talking to people. It's texting people. It's getting out and meeting people. It's offering brochures. Denise says, I really need to sit down and really think about what I want from my Avon business. Yeah, yeah, that's a good idea, Denise, because the more clear you are on it, the more you're going to grow your business. Okay, so this is that post. So we're still going in, okay? Then we have automate your follow-ups. If you click on this one, I literally talk about how I use, and there's a video even about how to do it. I use Campaign Mailer to mail my brochures every campaign. I don't try to figure out who had an order and who I gave a brochure to. If they are my customer, they're on my mailing list. They get a book in the mail every campaign. And if we're delivering an order to them, they get a second book. It's a second book. But when Richard delivers to their order, he says to them, oh, if you already have one, give it to one of your friends or neighbors, right? It helps us increase our business, right? But then it talks about dial my calls. Dial my calls is a pre-recorded message that you actually record a message that says, hey, this is Lynn, your Avon lady, just a quick reminder my order's going in. And I teach you how to do that. And that's for people I don't have mobile numbers for, like maybe the little old ladies that are 80 years old that don't use a cell phone or they don't text or whatever. They just get a pre-recorded message saying, hey, my order's going in. If there's anything you want, let me know. Right? And then for texting, I use Project Broadcast. So I teach you how to do all of this in this post about how to automate your follow-ups. Right here, automate your follow-ups. And I use Campaign Mailer. And then I can't stress the importance of follow-up, right? There's a blog post about how to follow up. And again, it goes into my follow-ups and then bag the orders, rinse and repeat, okay? So let's go into some details. You guys want details, right? So using this right here, this goal planning tracker, I'm going to show you what to do. So like I said, this is going to be we're going to look at some different scenarios, and not everyone is going to apply to you. So just worry about the one that applies to you. But let's look at, okay, you're a brand new representative, right? You're just getting started. You want to know how do I set a goal? And so we might want to look at some annual income goals. So let's just say you're brand new. Well, I'm gonna leave out the income goals at the moment, because if you're a brand new rep, I would start with the pathway to Premier, and I would work on $200 orders and the $1,000 and $2,000 to get those extra bonuses. If you don't know what I'm talking about, click on the Pathway to Premier link and read through that. There's, like I said, you can earn $3,000 in your first 8 campaigns. But so as a new representative, I would want to, my first goal as far as level would be, I'm going to add some text in here, would be Premier. So my first goal would be Premier. My second goal then would be President's Club. And my really stretchy goal would then be Honor Society. And if I'm a brand new rep, and depending on how much effort I'm putting into it, it's probably not likely I'm going to achieve that. But if you're really putting the effort in and you want to have full-time income and you're putting the effort in, then you absolutely could do it, right? So as a new representative, that's how I would do it if I was new. Now you have to decide for yourself what your goals are, how much you want to make, right? And remember I showed you on this, like how much you could make. This is per year. And that's just at 5,000. If you sold more than 5,000, you'd make more than that, obviously. But if that just kind of gives you an idea. So $5,000, you're roughly going to make about $1,200 a year. If your President's Club at 10,000, you're roughly going to make about 3,000. You know, so that just kind of helps you get that idea and get started. So now we take those goals and we say, okay, what do we need to do then? Okay, so if I'm going to take that divided by 26. So my first income goal was Premier, which was $5,000, and I divide that by 26. That means I'm going to need to sell about $192.31 a campaign in order to get to Premier. If I want to get to President's Club, I'm going to need to sell about $384.62 to get to President's Club, a campaign. And if I want to get to Honor Society, I need to sell $769.23. Then figure out what your average order is. And if you're not sure, just start with 25. And I'm going to do this all based on 25 just to help you guys out. But so now we kind of know, okay, if I want to get there, this is what I need to do each campaign, right? So now we're just going to take that dollar amount and divide it by 25 to tell us how many customers we need. So $192.31 divided by $25 is 8 customers. And $384.62 divided by $25 is 16 customers. And then $769.23 divided by $25 is 31 customers. That's not so bad, right? It's a 2-week period, right? Now we can break it down even more. How many customers do we need each day? So the first one, we had 8 customers in a campaign. That's less than 1, right? That's less than 1 customer a day. You can handle that, right? The next one was we needed 16 customers divided by 14 days. There's 14 days in a campaign, right? That's 1.2. And then the next one was we needed 31. So that's 2.2 customers per day. Do you think you could handle that? 2.2 customers a day literally could get you to Honor Society. And then how many brochures do you need? I just kind of went back to my blog post here. Let's see, where is it? I went back to my blog post here and said, okay, how many brochures do I need in order to get the sales? And so for the first one, I figure about 50 brochures. That's to get to Premier. And then 100 brochures, 100 brochures to get to President's Club, and maybe 200 brochures to get to Honor Society. So now we broke it out. Now we know what we need to do, right? I mean, so depending on what your goals are, you know, if you want to get to President's Club, you literally only need 1.2 customers a day, 1.2 $25 sales. If you had $50 sales, you'd need less than 1, right? And I roughly 100 brochures. And when I say brochures, when I give you a number on brochures, that also could mean how many people you're talking to. If you're doing a digital brochure, it's how many people are you giving digital brochures to. And I'm going to tell you, if you're actually talking to people and getting their name and their contact information and following up with them, you're probably going to need a lot less brochures. But I'm just giving you realistic numbers so you have something to go by. Okay? Yeah. So that's a new rep. So brand new rep, you probably want 2.2 customers a day to get to Honor Society by the end of the year. Okay? So that's a new rep. So let's say that you're already at President's Club and you want to have a sales increase. You want to make more money. So I looking at this number, how much do you want to earn? Well, earnings in a year for President's Club is $3,000. So I did this. I just did it like this: $3,000, $6,000, and $12,000. That's what I did. So so we could put up here. We could put 3,000, and then we could put 6,000, and then we could put 12,250. That's what I want to earn, right? I mean, you guys, this is just $1,000 a month in earnings, but I'm going to show you how it's really not that hard to do. Okay, so then your income goal would be President's Club. So let's just move these around, right? So President's Club would go here, Honor Society would go here, and then we could take this one and make it Rose Circle. So that's what you would need to get to those goals. That's what you would need to do, right? So now we go to the next one, and at Rose Circle, I'm sorry, at President's Club, you need to sell roughly $384.62 to get to President's Club. If your goal is Honor Society, then your goal is $769.23, and then if your goal is Rose Circle, then you're at $1,346.15. That's how much you need to sell each campaign to get to that level. So divide that by $25, and then how many customers do you need each campaign? So it's 16 for President's Club, it's 31 for Honor Society, and it's 54 per campaign for Rose Circle. Break that down. How many do we need per day? 1.1 to get to President's Club, or 1.2. To get to Honor Society, you're looking at 2.2, and to get to Rose Circle, you're looking at 3.9. And then for the brochures, again, I just sort of went by what the numbers I had given you earlier. And, you know, again, it's just a rough idea. You may not even need that many, but that gives you an idea of what you're going for. So if your goal is to hit the President's Club, you just need to sell 1.2 customers a day at $25. One plus $25 order a day. To get to Honor Society, it's basically two orders a day. To get to Rose Circle, it's basically four $25 a day, or two $50 a day. You could probably do that in a whole lot less than 8 hours, don't you think? Don't you think? Okay, so that's how to set your goals. So now let's take it on a whole different twist. Now let's find out how to get you to Hawaii. You want to go to Hawaii? You want to make this goal all about how you're going to get to Hawaii? So if we go back to, if you go to Avon now and you go to celebrating, I logged into Avon now. Hopefully I'm still logged in. No. Okay. So we're on Avon now and we go to celebrating 135. It gives you, first off, we have these beauty bundles, you guys. You make 40% on these no matter what level you are. You're guaranteed to make 40%, so you should be promoting these. But here's the Hawaii, Ultimate Destination Avon, View Guide, and FAQs. Okay, so I actually already had that open because I had highlighted it. So if you are a brand new representative, this is down here, right here. If you're a brand new representative, if you sell $12,000 in sales from campaign 2 to campaign 26, you're going to earn a trip for one. All you have to do is sell it. You do, you get. If you sell $12,000, you're going to earn a trip for one. If you sell $17,000 this year from campaigns 2 to campaign 26, you're going to earn a trip for two. All expenses paid. That's airfare, that's travel, that's your hotel room, that's food and drink, alcohol, internet, everything is covered, you guys. This is all inclusive. And that's all you have to do is do that, and you'll be in Hawaii with us drinking Mai Tais by the pool. So let's look at how we're going to do that, okay? So we're going to go back to our tracking sheet. And if you're a brand new rep, that means you signed up anytime after December 11th, 2019. That's a year ago. So if you signed up anytime in 2020 up until now, you can go as a new rep. You can qualify for this. Yes, Hawaii. Sandy, you're going to be there with us. I'm going to show you how to do this, and there's no way you're not going to be able to do this. So to earn a trip for one, so what would make you happy? Okay, we're going to say trip for one, and the wow number, trip for two. Whoops, two. Actually, probably should move those over, right? Maybe put that over here. Trip for two, trip for one, and then your first number would be your income goals, right? And so if we're going to delete this one. So what level do you need? As a brand new rep, you need to sell $12,000 to earn a trip for one. And to earn a trip for two, it is $17,000. That sounds like a lot of money. But it's really not. It's really not. Especially, remember what we talked about, that if you're working full-time hours, you're earning full-time income, right? Sandy, a trip for two, yeah, Sid will want that one. Good, then you need to earn two so Sid can go with you. So, okay, so there you go. Now we figured out what we need. If you're a brand new rep, you just started in 2020 or 2021, this is what you need to earn that trip. Okay, so we're going to delete this first one. And to earn a trip for one, you need to sell $12,000, right? So we're going to break that down into 26 campaigns. So that puts you at $461.54 per campaign. If you want to earn the trip for two, it is $653.85 per campaign. So there you go. Now you know what you need to do. If you're brand new, this is what you need to do to earn your trip. So if we go with the average customer order of $25, again, your orders might be a whole lot more than $25. But if we do that, you're looking at 18.46 customers, or for a trip for two, 26.15. Okay, that's how many customers you need. And how many customers a day do you need? Well, we just took how many you needed per campaign and broke it down. So it's 1.3 for 1.9. So 2 customers a day at $25 can get you on that trip to Hawaii. All expenses paid, on top of the money you're going to earn just by doing those sales, right? So your brochures, well, I just kind of broke this down, probably $250 for the trip for 2 and $100 for the trip for 1. So there you go. As a brand new rep, this is how you can go to Hawaii with us. And the trip is in, I think it's March of 2022.
It's the last week of March because it's on my birthday.
Richard's birthday, yeah.
You better be there to sing happy birthday to me.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a new rep. That's if you're a brand new rep. But what if you've been with Avon for a while? What if you're already President's Club? So let's just assume that you just sold $10,000. Now you're going to need to figure this out for yourself, because if you're a President's Club or above, a trip for 1, you have to increase your sales by 8,500. A trip for 2, you have to increase your sales by 14,000. So let's just say that you are President's Club, you sold exactly $10,000 this last year, right? So if that was the case, $10,000 plus 8,500 is 18,500. That's what you need to do for a trip for 1. And if you wanted a trip for 2, 10,000 plus 14,000 is 24,000. Yeah, that's right. 24,000. That's what you need for a trip for 2 if you're already President's Club and if you sold exactly 10,000. Everybody's number is going to be different. Don't go by my numbers, because you need to take what you sold last year and you need to add 8,500 for a trip for 1 or 14,000 for a trip for 2. Avon is going to get trackers out hopefully in the next couple of days. They said they were coming out. So there will be on Avon now a tracker that will tell you what you need to do, and you can every campaign look and see how close you are. Maria's like, I've never been to Hawaii. It would be great to go. Maria, you go and I'll buy you a drink.
I'll buy you dinner and drink.
Yes.
You can even have a piece of my birthday cake.
Okay, so what do we have to do now to get those numbers, 18,500 or 24,000? Well, if you need to sell 18,500, you're going to need to sell $711 and $54 a campaign. If you're looking at selling 24,000, you're going to need $923.08 a campaign. Divided by 25, that puts you at number of customers 28.5. Whoops. 28.5, or for a trip for 2, 36.9. Okay, and breaking that down to how many customers you need a day. Well, for a trip for 1, that's 2 customers a day. For a trip for 2, that's 2.6. And brochures, I figure about 200 or 250. Okay, so there you go. So if you just sold $10,000 last year, then this is roughly what you're going to need to do. You're going to need 2 customers a day at $25. You know, if you're selling $50 on average, you're going to need a lot less. You're only going to need 1 a day, right? This is totally doable. Can you see how this is doable? So now, you know, you just need to do that, right? Now, my numbers, I figured out mine. I'm not going to go over them, but mine, I have to really stretch. I really, really have to stretch. I have to sell 43,000 for a trip for 1 and 49,000 for a trip for 2. So, you know, it's going to be a stretch for me too. It's going to be a stretch for all of us. But if you want to make full-time income, you got to work full-time hours. If you want to, I mean, you know, Avon's not going to give you a trip for 2 just because you're pretty, right? You got to do something to earn it. And the reason why they're giving these trips is they want their sales to increase. And so, but it's totally doable. You've got the whole year. We're just in February. We're just in campaign 4 right now. And keep in mind, even if you start off slow, keep in mind, you know, when the holidays rolls around, your income, your sales are going to triple. Your sales are going to double and triple and sometimes even quadruple during the holidays, you know, so that's going to help. So there will be times when you can catch up. So even if you start off and you're not selling that much now, you need to find a way to track it. Know what your goals are. Know how much you need to sell a campaign. Make yourself a tracking sheet where you write every campaign. Okay, campaign 2, campaign 3. How much do I need to sell? $711.54. Okay, how much did I sell? I sold 600. Okay, then I know that next campaign I kind of need to try to make up for it. Or maybe then if you don't, maybe 2 campaigns in a row, you don't make it. Like I said, if you're just starting out in the beginning, it's going to take a little while to ramp that up. So you start off slow, but as long as you have it, if you're tracking it, if you're keeping track of where you're at, you're going to know exactly where you stand, and the only person that is going to be responsible for getting you on that trip is you. You can do this, but you have to make the decision. You have to break it down, figure out what it will take, and then you have to make it happen. And then you can be on this trip.
Can I say just a tip is that Lynn and I are both visual, and you can't see it on our Zoom calls, but we have whiteboards and papers and stuff stuck on the wall here to track things that we do. If you really want to do something, you should have a visual up. You should either print off some of these forms and have them taped up on a wall, or find a place to tape them on the wall nearby where you can write on them. They're not out of your way, but where you can see them in your face. Either tape them on a wall in your office or by a whiteboard and come up with a chart that you can do that. You can even get these and tape them on the mirror in your bathroom. And then if you're really serious about going to Hawaii, I know I'm going to be taking a picture of me in a bikini and posting that picture right now on my refrigerator, because right now I have COVID belly and I don't want to look like that in Hawaii. So these are just visuals, and they really do work. If you see it every day, if you hide it for a month, nothing's going to happen. But if you see every day, oh shoot, I didn't do this, or I didn't do that.
So track it. Yeah. So track it, you guys. Richard is spot on. You know what? Track it. If you have a calendar, like if you have a desktop calendar or wherever, if you have a calendar, you know that you need to sell 2 customers a day. Write down how many sales did you make today, or how many dollars did you sell today, because you know that you need to sell. Oh, we didn't say that. So you could take the same thing though. You could take your income goal, or how many sales you need for the campaign, divide it by 14. That will tell you how much you need to sell a day, and write it down every single day. Put it on your calendar. Just write a little box in the corner of your calendar on each date or wherever, a piece of paper, whatever. And whether you want to track sales or a number of customers, either one will get you there.
Yep.
And so Richard has to not only sell all this more, he has to lose some weight.
That's right. I don't want to be mistaken for a whale. I don't want somebody harpooning me when I'm swimming on the beach.
Okay, so next up we have Rick. He says 24,000. So that's your goal, Rick. You need to sell 24,000. What did we decide here? 24,000. Okay, there you go. 24,000.
Yeah.
So Rick and Tina need to sell 900 plus a campaign.
Yeah.
About roughly 37 customers per campaign. And then we're going to move down. Rick says Avon trips are wonderful. You guys, let me tell you this. Rick and Tina they joined Avon and we helped them get on. So they got a cruise. The first one was a cruise and the second one was a trip to Bermuda. So we got them on a trip every year when they first started. Now they're responsible. I mean, we didn't do it. They did it, but we encouraged them. Now they're responsible for getting on their own trips. They got this, right? I mean, Rick's telling me exactly what he needs. But Rick, I bet you would agree with me that once you go on an Avon trip, you'll never miss another one. Because when you go on an Avon trip, you're like a god. I mean, they treat you like royalty. Everything is handed to you. Everything is they pick you up at the airport. They fly you in. They pick you up at the airport. They take you to the resort. They have you go to this room where you check in. And while you're checking in, they're handing you hats and sunglasses and drinks and all kinds of things. And they're just literally, and you're getting to talk to the best of the best. You're hanging out with the best of the best, because it's only the best of the best. It's only the top reps that make this. The ones that make the decision to be there. They don't even have to be necessarily top sales, but they made the decision. They're go-getters. They're going to make it happen. Those are the people that are there. And so Rick, I bet he agrees. He says yes. Rick,
I disagree yes. Though. They aren't just wonderful. They're absolutely out of this world amazing. Yeah. And I think you agree.
So now we have Karen. Karen says, love the visual. This is great. Re-inspired. Yes, Karen, I'll buy you a drink too. Okay. Sandy says, Lynn and Richard, thank you for all this training. Love it. Like I said, we go back with Sandy for a few years. She's been on my Avon team before, and I have no doubt she will be on this trip, because I know Sandy. She will be on this trip, and I'm excited. I am so excited, girlfriend. I'm going to buy you a drink. We're going to drink shots at the bar. So, okay, Rick, me either. He won't miss another Avon trip. Karen says, I'm walking the neighborhood in the snow tomorrow to give out brochures. Go, Karen, right? And let's see, Sandy says a vacation, that's my goal. Rick says, you're right, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, I know this was a lot of information. For some of you are eating this up. Anitra says, I'm so glad I found you for this business. You do really help me to work hard. Go, Anitra. I'll buy you a drink, too. I'm just going to buy everybody a drink. And Denise, I need that vacation after all I've been through. Yes, you do, Denise.
It's been a hard year.
Yes, you do. And you're going to lay by the beach or lay by the pool. You know, when we went on the last one, the last one, Avon couldn't send us because we were supposed to go to Jamaica and COVID happened. You know, they paid us out. They paid us the cost of the trip. They actually gave us the cash for it. I mean, how cool is that? This is what a great company we work for. But the one before that, when we went to Bermuda, Bahamas, where did we go?
The last one we went to was when we went to Cabo San Lucas.
Cabo San Lucas.
Yes.
I'm sorry, you're right. And we rented. Richard and I rented for us these beds with canopies over there. I don't know what they're called. Canopy things.
At the beach.
So it was right next to the pool, and we just spent the whole day there with Rick and Tina and Irene, and we just drank drinks and enjoyed talking to people and ordered food. You just order it and they bring it. You don't have to pay for it. You just say, hey, waiter, I would like nachos. They're like, okay, and they'll bring them to you. You guys, trust me, you want this vacation. Denise, you want this vacation. You're going to be laying there being treated like a queen. Maria Hansen, I'm going out in the snow tomorrow. Awesome. All right, you guys. Well, this post, this is the one, goal setting to dramatically increase your Avon sales this year. You know, as we add posts, it moves down. So if you ever need to find it, you literally can go to the search and type goal setting. I think that will pull it up. There you go. Goal setting to dramatically increase your Avon sales this year. So everything we just went over is right here. I'm going to take this video and I'm going to put it in that post. And you can listen to this as many times as you need to until you understand it. So don't worry about if you got it or you didn't get it. Like I think I started to say, I know some of you just picked it right up and you're like, yes, this is what I've been looking for. And others are like, whoa, numbers. I don't want numbers. So give it some time. Just listen to it as many times as you need. And Sandy, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. So glad to be part of this team. Sandy, I am so excited to have you back. I can't even tell you how excited I am to have you back. We are gonna rock this.
I finally have somebody new to party with. Yay!
Rick and Tina, wait until you meet Sandy. You're gonna love her. And Sandy, Rick and Tina are our top leadership reps right now. You're gonna love them. So we're gonna have fun in Hawaii, the big island of Hawaii. All right, you guys.
Yeah. Can I just say one last thing? Not to muddy the waters or anything, but you can also earn this trip with leadership. There's a few of you on here that do have sales teams. And now is the time to really pull out the stops because there are free signups if you are growing a team through Campaign 9. Now is the time to grow your team like crazy. You can earn a trip for one if you increase your team sales by 10%. And a trip for two by 15%. So now is the time to grow your team, and it would just give you another option. If for some reason, whatever happens, you can't hit the sales goal for one, you could earn one way and one another.
We work it both ways. Richard and I go full bore for both leadership and personal sales. And we figure that's 4 ways to earn it. So we figure we will make it happen, right? But he's right. He's spot on. And, you know, free signups right now are through Campaign 9, and you never know, they might extend them past that. But you guys, we have such an amazing opportunity.
Yes.
There's so many people. Unemployment is sky high right now, and there are so many people that need money, desperately need money. And I know a lot of people think, well, I don't want to sell Avon. That costs you money. You don't make money. Actually, that's not true. Richard and I both were able to quit our jobs, pay off our house, pay off our cars. We make money. And if you work it the way I'm showing you how to work it, you will make money. You will. And if you get a new person, you have the ability to offer them that they can earn over $3,000 in their first 8 campaigns. You don't think that would help somebody who works in a restaurant and can't work because of COVID, because the restaurant's closed? That's huge. It's huge. So Sandy says, hey, let's rock this. And Rick says, let's do this thing. We're going to have some competition going on now. All right, you guys, we've been over an hour, so I want to kill this. But thank you for being here. We'll be here next Sunday, same time, same place. This was probably a little more detailed than I normally do. But I want to thank you guys for being here. I really think this is something that's going to help you if you use it. So go out there. Have an amazing week, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Have a great week.